looking for. And our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. Will help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Welcome back to the MAC Sports Complex. Dylan Butler here with you for the start of the first of 4 quarterfinals in the New York City Class AA intersectionals. The starting lineups are being introduced to both teams. St. Francis Prep certainly is a team that's well represented on the postseason awards. We'll show you those. Well, this is the St. Francis Prep lineup. Again, it's Anthony, Morish, Pasquarelli, Briscoe, and Daughtry. That's been your lineup and your starters for these Terriers throughout this 24-game campaign that's had only those 3 defeats. And St. Francis Prep in a little bit unfamiliar territory this year as one of the favorites in the Catholic League. And again, it's been a situation where it's been a Christ the King and Bishop Lachlan and others in previous years, St. Raymond's, of course, back when Rice had a program. But St. Francis Prep this year, I tell you, their last time in the championship game, you have to go back to 1997 when they lost to Ron Artest and LaSalle at Rose Hill Gym. Before that, they won a 1992 Class A championship, and the last time St. Francis Prep won the Catholic AA is 1957. It was their 3rd consecutive championship that year. Archbishop Molloy has been to the big game in more recent history, losing to Cardinal Hayes in the 2017 final, 64-62. That team, of course, with Cole Anthony and Moses Brown leading the way. Their last championship was also a back-to-back situation where Kenny Anderson led them in 1986 and 87. In 88, they made it back to the final where they lost to Malik Seeley and Tallentine. Molloy, the road team in their blues, St. Francis Prep in their home whites. And we are off and running here at Hofstra. Molloy wins the opening tip. There's McCabe at the top. Man-to-man defense by the Terriers. McMillan looks to drive. Good defense there. Daughtry with a little bit of reach in, forcing DeCady back out. Great effort there defensively by Anthony. And here come the Terriers in transition. 3-point shot is good. Knocked down by Pasquarelli. And the Terriers jump out to a 3-0 lead. St. Francis Prep so good in transition. Here's McMillan. McCabe swings it to James. Pops it back out. Robinson thought about the 3, 10 on the shot clock. The help comes from DeCady. 6 now on the shot. In the lane. No shot there. There's 2, though, on the shot clock, which is what Mike McCleary, the Archbishop Molloy head coach, points out, as Robinson will look to inbound underneath. He's got to get it in. Finally does. This is going to have to be a long 3. Back rim, no good. Good offensive rebound, though, by DeCady. Robinson now dials it up from long distance and buries it. That is our impact player for Molloy, Robinson, who averages 15 points a game, ties it at 3. Early goings here of this first quarter. Briscoe inside, gets it back. 3-pointer off the mark, and McCabe gets the rebound. 6'3" senior to Robinson. Drives, trying to get a foul, doesn't get one. Katie was stripped, and here comes the freshman in transition. Good defense by the Stanners as Briscoe was looking to get the transition layup. Off the inbounds, there is Daughtry. Nice head fake and a basket by Pasquarelli. He's got all 5 of the Terriers' points early on, and St. Francis with a 2-point lead. 5:55 left in the first quarter. Robinson guarded by Anthony. Takes him off the dribble. Misses at the rim. Battle for the loose ball. It stays with Molloy. Jameer Brewer checks in, the first sub. He comes in for Katie, and Brewer is a good-looking sophomore, 6'7". McCabe doubled. And good job, Daughtry inside. Lefty layup is good by Morrish. Morrish averaging 11.1 points a game, a 3-year varsity player is Chance Morrish. McMillan kicks it out. Fake, now McCabe goes for 3. Rims around, no good. Put back opportunity is in by Brewer. 7-5, St. Francis Prep leads. 5 minutes left, first quarter of the first of 4 CHSAA Class A AA intersectional quarterfinals. 3-pointer top of the key, no good. Both teams crash the glass, and Daughtry is fouled from behind. Foul on Brewer, his first and the team's first, which will send Daughtry to the line to shoot 2. First one is good. The offers are coming in late this season for Daughtry, and certainly helps to have the season that he's had, averaging 12.2 points a game. First team all-league selection, knocks down both. St. Peter's followed Marist, who was the first to offer. Of course, Marist head coach is John Dunn, a former Archbishop Molloy standout. Driving layup, no good. And the misses allow the Terriers to get out and do what they do best, which is get to the rim in transition. And Briscoe is fouled there. Watch how quickly St. Francis Prep gets out and running. And it's already the second foul on Brewer. So it'll be a short time on the court for him right now as Briscoe knocks down his first. Katie will come back in. Briscoe averaging 17.5 points a game. Really had a huge end of the regular season especially. Knocks down both. It's an 11-5 lead now for St. Francis Prep. Anthony with the strip from behind. Layup is good. Veer Anthony, the freshman. And you can see how he impacts the game in multiple ways. There he forces a 30-second timeout from Archbishop Molloy as St. Francis Prep off to a great start in this one. They won both regular season games, did St. Francis Prep. And let's take a look at that all-league team right now. And you can see there Briscoe and Daughtry on the first team. A couple guys who will do battle in this next one, Ian Jackson and Tobe Awaka. You see there the MVP of the league against Brandon Williams. That'll be a fun one as well. And you see Sam Gibbs also off of a great year for Stepanak on that first team. So a lot of St. Francis Prep representation, and understandably so. Again, the Terriers right there with Cardinal Hayes and Archbishop Stepanak as probably the 3 co-favorites, if you want to call it that. Stepanak did just beat Cardinal Hayes in both of, or the last 2 of 3 matchups. Off the timeout, Robinson hands off to James. James drives baseline, stops there. Extra pass. Look at Anthony read it so well. He does step out, but a great job reading that pass by Anthony. Robinson inbounds, gets it out to James. 10 on the shot clock. James to his left. The runner in the lane, rims around, no good. And here comes Pasquarelli to push. Daughtry spins, kicks it out. Morrish, they'll switch it. Extra pass. Anthony, the 3. No good. And an offensive rebound ripped down. And you can see there how smart this St. Francis Prep team is. Not in a hurry necessarily off of the offensive rebound. Foul called on the court. It's on McMillan, his first and the team's 3rd. Anthony to inbound underneath with 3:15 left. Great look on a better defensive play by Decady. Three-pointer off the mark. And that was the only portion, you'd say, of this first quarter that didn't go right for the Terriers. That errant pass goes out of bounds. There's Robinson, guarded closely by Anthony. Bounces it. The kick. Here comes Robinson. Drives, and he's called for the charge. What a great job by Latique Briscoe. We'll watch it again, just stepping in to draw this charge on Robinson. Watch number 1 in white. That's it. Just stood right in the way. Draws the charge. That's the 4th team foul, and now it looks like the Stanners will go into a 2-3 zone look. Ball on the court. Decady comes up with it, but he stepped. Well, you can't really say he stepped out. I guess he leaned out, being on the court. So St. Francis Prep maintains their possession with a fresh shot clock as well. Attacking. Here's Daughtry for 3. Short. Tap rebound goes to Robinson, who looks to push in transition. Stopped well there by Morrish. Three-pointer. That's well short. And now here comes Tyler Michelle. Hands off to Anthony. Anthony, the finish in transition. 4 points in this first quarter. The lead now 10 with 1:44 left in the first quarter. St. Francis Prep looking to flex its muscles as a top seed in Brooklyn, Queens. Driving layup attempt, no good. That was Emmanuel Aikidoa. Ball stays, though, with Molloy. Back in is McCabe. He replaces McMillan. 1:33 left first quarter. 15-5, the lead for St. Francis Prep, the first of 4 Class AA quarterfinal games stolen by Pasquarelli. Morrish fakes the 3. The little runner on the baseline is short. Robinson comes away. Switches to his left. Kicks it to McCabe. Drives baseline inside. And a blocking foul is called underneath on Anthony. That's the first foul for Anthony as Morrish comes out. Briscoe back in. Here's McCabe. Walina lost it, but the ball will stay with the Stanners. He's a 6'4" junior, is Walina. Really good shooter. One of those guys, when he is open, he will bury it.
1:07 remains in the first period. Terriers in the lead.
So Anthony back to the bench for this final minute of the first quarter. Robinson, guarded by Morrish. Looks for the handoff. Attacking the rim. Own rebound, it's loose. And the Terriers come away with it. Morrish attacks the rim. Good defense, but Morrish gets his own putback. You have to feel a little bit there for Aikidoa, who did pretty much everything that he could there. About a 2-second differential shot to game clock. There's Walina in the corner. 17-5 the lead for the Terriers. Final 19 seconds of this first quarter. McCabe drives, and a foul was called on the floor. It was Briscoe's first, the team's second. Checking in, Hao Chen for St. Francis Prep. He also a freshman, so Chen and Anthony will be big parts of this future. But the future is now for St. Francis Prep. Tyler Michelle guarding McCabe closely. 7. Aikidoa misses inside, as does the Katie. Chen with the outlet for Briscoe. Briscoe layup off the mark. It would have been good had it fallen, but it didn't. Great first quarter for St. Francis Prep. The Terriers get out and they run. And as you see here by Chance Morrish, gets putbacks at the rim as well. St. Francis Prep 17-5 the lead in this CHSAA Class AA intersectional quarterfinal game presented by Maspeth Federal Saving on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring of leaks. Know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
Welcome back to the MAC Sports Complex. Dylan Butler with you here, courtside for the first of 4 big showdowns in the Catholic High School League. What do we have next? How about a traditional showdown? Christ the King, Cardinal Hayes. A lot of talent on display, a lot of young talent as well between those two teams. That'll be a lot of fun. That comes up next. Following that is an all-archdiocese affair between Archbishop Stepanak and St. Raymond's. And we go back to the BQ for our finale here tonight, where Eddie Gonzalez's Bishop Lachlan Lions take on the Cinderella Holy Cross Knights, a team that went without a win in the league play in the regular season as Pasquarelli knocks down the corner 3. But they now have 2 wins in the postseason, and here they are in the quarterfinals. But that's the last game. A lot of basketball before that one here tonight. 20-5 the lead for St. Francis Prep. Terriers won both of the regular season matchups. Inside pass for DeCady, doesn't get it to fall. Here come the Terriers. Morrish to his left. Great ball protection, and Morrish finishes at the rim. He's got 6, and the lead is 22-5. You wonder how the favorites, after a little bit of a layoff, fare here at Hofstra. Well, the early returns for St. Francis Prep is very good. An offensive foul is called on McCabe. Another charge drawn, and it is again Latique Briscoe doing so. And those are the things that you know coaches love. And you know Jimmy Lynch, who again credits the late, great Tim Leary with so much of his development as a young coach. You know that he loves that as well. Good block inside by Aikidoa. As now the Stanners look to end this drought here at Hofstra. McCabe inside. The Terriers' defense has been outstanding. Daughtry ahead of the field. Morrish pumps the brakes and gets the layup. Morrish has 8. And St. Francis Prep hitting the gas here at Hofstra. Runner, no good. We go the other way. Options aplenty. It was Morrish. Good defending up the court by Robinson. McMillan back in for Walina. And Anthony will check back in for the Terriers as well for Tyler Michelle. Three-pointer, why not? Pasquarelli, his third triple of this first half. And the lead is 26-5, early goings of this second quarter. In the lane, it was James, and he was fouled going up. Pasquarelli's first, team's third, sends James to the line. And he gets the friendly bounce. Does Jaden James, the 6'4" junior. He's a wing, but he's a jack of all trades as well. Can shoot it, handles it. When Robinson's out of the game, can also serve as a bit of a point forward as well. Second rim's around, no good. Tracking down the rebound is Pasquarelli. "20-point lead for the Terriers, 5:33 left, second quarter. Good spacing. Michelle, though, called for the steps. A rare turnover in this first half by St. Francis Prep. Jack Guerva hands off. Bounce pass baseline. Taking that away, though, was Daughtry. Back out to McCabe. It is a man look for St. Francis Prep. High off glass, no good. And this is another thing the Terriers are getting, all the loose balls. Here comes Morrish. Steps around with his left. Oh, what a pretty layup by Morrish. You could see Guerva also trying to draw the charge, and that's what made him switch to his left. A great decision by Morris, who's now in double figures scoring. Watch it again. Watch Morris get it to his left hand, realizing if he goes right, that's where the contact is. Fantastic awareness by Chance Morris, the senior. He's got D2, D3 interest. Again, 2-3 look. Daughtry steps out. That's going to be off the mark. Loose ball rebound goes to the Stanners. It's been tough sledding for Archbishop Molloy. Foul line jumper off the mark. Pasquarelli, Briscoe, top of the key for 3. Off the mark, no good. Battling for the loose ball is Aikidoa. Midway point here of the first half. Scoop layup attempt by Guerva, and he was fouled on his way up. It's Morrish's first and the team's fourth, excuse me. Guevara to the line for 2. And the first is good. Hao Chen back in for the Terriers, replacing Daughtry. Guevara's second free throw is good. He's on the score book. 28-8, 20-point lead for the Terriers, midway point of this first half. Chen flashes to the foul line. Three-point attempt from the left wing is good. Chance Morrish. Again, broke his right wrist on a layup attempt at Holy Cross. Backdoor cut for Guevara. No good. Putback is there for McMillan. And for a while, Jimmy Lynch wasn't sure if Morrish would be able to complete or come back this season. Elbow jumper, back rim, no good. And now the Stanners look to go the other way. And a foul called on Michelle. That's the first and the team's fifth. Veer Anthony will come back in. 3:22 left in this first half. A 31-10 lead for St. Francis Prep. Top seed out of Brooklyn Queens off of back-to-back Brooklyn Queens titles. Of course, the asterisk you've got to throw there is that there was no Brooklyn Queens championship a year ago because of the COVID year. Oh, good move inside by Aikidoa. Chen picks up the first. And now Aikidoa to the line to try to complete the three-point play. Rims around and in. Aikidoa is a strong wing. He'll play inside, can handle it, guard skills as well for the junior. Anthony. And the ball deflects out of bounds. It stays with the Terriers. Daughtry comes back in for Chen. Anthony to inbound underneath. Gets it back off the handoff from Pasquarelli. Drives with his right. Not there. And wisely pushed back out. Daughtry, though, lost control. And now the Stanners. They're looking to have a positive end here to this first half. Maybe something to build on going forward. McMillan drives. High arcing shot missed. Here comes Anthony the other way. Behind the back. Anthony splits defenders. Hands off. And there's the finish at the rim by Pasquarelli. Pasquarelli with 12. Two Terriers in double figures in this first half. A dominant first half for St. Francis Prep, which has a 20-point lead. Final 2 minutes of this second quarter. McCabe, Aikidoa. Will it be a third charge? No, this one will be a block on Michelle. It'll be his second and the seventh, so it'll be a bonus opportunity for Aikidoa. Free throw is good. He's currently, and obviously it speaks to some of the struggles offensively for Molloy, the leading scorer for the Terriers, for the Stanners with 5. Daughtry hands off. Here's Anthony. Michelle goes inside. Back out to Michelle. Kicks it. 3 in front of the Stanners bench is off the mark. Aikidoa grabs the rebound. He'll look to push now. Rejected there. McMillan came away It popped back out. And there's the three by Guevara. He too has 5. 33-17 the lead for St. Francis Prep. 1:07 left in this first half. 3 off the rim, no good by Pasquarelli. That also off the mark. The ball will go off of Anthony, and it will stay with Molloy with 48.5 seconds left in this first half. St. Francis Prep a 33-17 lead. You're watching this first of 4 intersectional Class AA quarterfinals in the Varsity Media Sports Network. 5-second call there. And again, the defense by St. Francis Prep stifling. Briscoe back in. Michelle to the bench. Anthony crosses midcourt in this final minute of the first half. Pasquarelli inside, lefty layup. And that might be the only thing, maybe a few other small things, but one of the things that maybe Jimmy Lynch might not be happy with is just offensively, maybe going a little bit cold late. Let's see if Marge can end that drought. High off the rim, no good. A little bit out of control right now are the Terriers as St. Francis Prep concedes on the other end. It's a layup by McMillan. He's got 4. St. Francis Prep. Anthony hands off, gets it right back. A long distance 3, front rim, no good. And that does it for the first half. So the Terriers had a 20-point lead at one point, and now they are ahead 33-19. At the break, we'll have Jimmy Lynch with us here to give his thoughts on the first half. Once we get him set up with the headset, we'll put the mic down. There we go. We're joined now at halftime by Jimmy Lynch. And Jimmy, first of all, you coaches always want to have something to maybe complain about at halftime. It was a great start, certainly, right, on both ends. The intensity defensively, sharing the basketball, finishing at the rim. A little bit cold, a little bit sloppy late in that first half. Is that something that will be addressed here going into the break?
Yes, and the other thing that's going to be addressed is we got to get to the glass a little bit. They're killing us on the offensive glass. We have to defensive rebound. If we rebound the ball, we're really good getting up and down the floor. But right now, we're not rebounding the ball, and that's slowing us down, and I think that's part of our game plan, their game plan.
Chance Marsh was a guy we spoke before the Holy Cross game at your place, and you were concerned whether he'd even be able to play again this season. Back on the court, obviously, he's been a big part of what you do here, and obviously a great first half for him as well. Yeah,
we need him on the floor. I'm happy, so happy for this kid. He's a senior. It's his last year, so I'm so happy the kid is back and on the floor. He's tremendous in the open floor, as you see him getting up and down the floor, court a couple times, and he's really good with his footwork, so we need him out there.
What do you want to see? And you probably just addressed it about the rebounding, but what do you want to see from your guys in the second half?
We need to shoot it, too. And if we're not shooting it, Dylan, I feel like we've had this conversation before. If we're not shooting it, we need to get to the offensive glass then and get a few easy ones. We missed a couple bunnies there. Second half, we got to get to the line, too. We almost had them in the bonus. We never got there. We need to get to the line.
There you go. Jim Lynch, thank you for joining us. Halftime here at Hofstra. It is 33-19, the lead for St. Francis Prep. You're watching this CHSAA Class AA intersectional quarterfinal game presented by Maspeth Federal Savings on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring of leaks. Know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net. It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media. Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later.
Going long, wide open, Perazzi, he gets it, Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it, touchdown, punch, counter punch.
The trickery, Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch!
This Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. Make it, touchdown, touchdown East.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring of leaks. Know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net. It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media. Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting video.
Welcome back to the MAC Sports Complex on the campus of Hofstra University. Dylan Butler here with you. It's halftime of the first of four CHSAA Class AA intersectional quarterfinals, and the Terriers out to a 33-19 lead. They were 17-5 in the first quarter. They jumped out to a lead that was about 20 points. The Stanners kind of got a little bit closer there in the second quarter. It was a 17-14 quarter in favor of St. Francis Prep. For the Terriers, leading the way, dual scorers with 13. We'll show you Chance Morrish, though. We spoke about him with head coach Jimmy Lynch going into the break. Great first half for him. 13 points for Morrish, 13 as well for Josh Pasquarelli for the Terriers, leading the way right now. And for Molloy, obviously low scoring. Jack Guevara led the way with 5. You had McMillan and Aikidoa with 4 each. This again, the first of 4 we have for you. Up next on the Varsity Media Sports Network is a classic showdown between Christ the King. Joe Arbitello's Royals are young, but they are a dangerous team against, again, one of the co-favorites, if you will, in Cardinal Hayes. That one comes up right after this one. And then it's an all-Archdiocese affair as a young George Lopez-led Ravens squad takes on the other favorite. 3 favorites this year. Stepanak is the other one, and they might be the favorite, having beaten Cardinal Hayes twice and also having beaten St. Francis Prep. So that matchup is our third game and our last game on the docket here from Hofstra. Bishop Lachlan taking on Holy Cross. That's the 4th matchup. All these games right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. All games presented by Maspeth Federal Savings. So here we go, third quarter, about to get going. Inbounding is Robinson. Looking for help, finds James. Gets it right back. Chase Robinson, our impact player, had a quiet first half. Knocked down a 3 in the first quarter, held scoreless in the second. Inside, tough bucket by James. James, the second James to play for head coach Mike McCleary. His father played for McCleary. His father, Anthony, a strong physical point guard, played for McCleary back in his days of coaching at Farmingdale State in the early 90s. Lefty layup, back rim, no good. Put back, rejection there as well. And here comes James looking to go the other way. Lost the dribble. Decady off the mark. Anthony. Here comes the push. Briscoe finishes at the lane. 4 points now for Briscoe. McMillan around the rim, no good. Ball on the court. We're going to jump it up, and it will be St. Francis Prep ball. 35-21 the lead, so credit certainly to Molloy for slicing away at that deficit that really looked like it was going to go from like 20 to 30 there for a little bit when St. Francis Prep had the defensive intensity going and also doing a great job offensively getting out in transition. Anthony for three. Off the mark. Good rebound. And a foul called. The rebound was by Pasquarelli. Decady gets called for the first foul. And Brewer back in, the sophomore. Anthony underneath. Daughtry, oh, nice bounce pass to a cutting Briscoe. So back-to-back buckets for Briscoe to start this third quarter. 37-21 the lead for St. Francis Prep. 6:12 left. Robinson misses. Rebound goes to Daughtry. A gazelle in the open court is Daughtry. Gets it out to Anthony. Briscoe, they share the ball. Morrish. Flashing to the foul line, Daughtry, lefty. Oh, great bounce pass there again. Finds Anthony. Well, you suspect some of the words that Jimmy Lynch shared with us at halftime was heard by his Terriers. A good start as a foul was called on Pasquarelli. His second. First in the second half for the Terriers, and James will go to the line. First free throw good. James, in our conversation with Mike McCleary, said he's solid, he understands what he wants, what they're trying to accomplish on both ends of the court. Knocks down both. Anthony. Briscoe tucks it, back rim, no good on the layup attempt. Or on the runner, I should say. Now James, hands off to McCabe. McCabe to his left. Really good defense there by Morrish in his grill. Here comes Briscoe to his left. Stops, pops, high off glass. Playing volleyball there was Anthony. He has 8 now, and the lead ballooning back up to 18. Robinson driving on Anthony. Count it.
Score the basket by number 1, James Robinson. Foul called on number 21, Mayor Anthony. That's his second personal, team second.
You can see Robinson just lowering the shoulder. Anthony trying to do the same, but that's where the foul came in. So Robinson looking to complete the three-point play. First game of the year this year for the Stanners. Had 27 against St. John the Baptist. Misses the free throw. Michelle for three. Side of the rim, no good. We're going to jump it again, and this time it'll be Molloy ball. Robinson, a senior. Works off the screen, creates some separation with Anthony, tries to go. Great rejection there by Daughtry. And now Michelle looks to push. Bounce pass in transition. Morrish to the rim. 15 for Morrish. And the lead is 43-25. McCabe losing the ball. And a timeout is called by Molloy. It'll be a full, so we'll take it with them as well. 3:56 left, third quarter. St. Francis Prep a 43-25 lead in this CHSAA Class AA intersectional quarterfinal, presented by Maspeth Federal Savings.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Welcome back to the MAC Sports Complex on the campus of Hofstra University. 43-25 the lead for St. Francis Prep. 3:56 left in the third quarter. A quick glance at our bracket will show you that the winner of this game takes on the winner of the next game between Christ the King and Cardinal Hayes in the semifinals Wednesday night. A game that we will have for you as well. We're going to have the rest of the Class AA playoffs right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, including the big Friday night finale. Again, these games have traditionally been played, historically been played at Rose Hill Gym at Fordham University, but COVID protocols being what they've been, it left the CHSAA Brain Trust kind of scrambling for a venue, certainly a big enough venue to host these games. You don't want to put it in a high school necessarily, even though there are some really nice high schools in the New York City Catholic League. So the scrambling brought them out to Nassau County, and certainly a wise decision here to have it played at Hofstra University. Driving is McCabe, and a nice finish in the lane for John McCabe. His first points of the game. Pasquarelli, foul line jumper, Briscoe. He's got 6 of his 8 here in this third quarter as the lead back up to 18. McCabe, off of his previous make, misses that one, and it will be St. Francis Prep ball. St. Francis Prep won the first matchup, a 10-point game at Molloy. That back on January 14th and February 4th. They made it 2 for 2, winning 69-55. Baseline, Briscoe. Did he step out? And he did. The Terriers defeated Bishop Laughlin, who we'll see later tonight in the Brooklyn Queens Championship. But to get there, they needed Jaden Daughtry to hit a buzzer beater to beat Zavarian in the semifinals. That was a 52-51 win for the Terriers. Ike Doa puts it on the court. Rejection there by Morrish. Here's Daughtry, our impact player. Oh, the steps and the righty finish. You got to imagine St. Peter's and Marist and maybe other college coaches like that kind of finish at the rim by Daughtry. who's got 4. 20-point lead again. Foul on the floor. It's Michelle's 3rd foul and the team's 3rd. A little bit of a rotation now for Molloy. They'll bring in 3 new players. Final 151 of this 3rd quarter. Off the inbounds. 3-point attempt is good. Catch and shoot by Walina, and that's what he does best. His first points of the game. A tight 2-3 zone look for the Stanners. Briscoe faked the 3 to Anthony. Drives, kicks it back out. Morrish for 3. Off the rim, no good. And Guevara. James to Walina. Gets it back. Looks to drive. Guevara spins. And that was tough because he was defended pretty well, but a foul was called on Briscoe. So 2 more free throws coming for Guevara, the junior. First is good. Pasquarelli and Anthony back in. Morrish to the bench. 1 of 2 on the line. Final minute, 3rd quarter. 47-31 the lead for St. Francis Prep, the top seed from Brooklyn, Queens. Losing it was Anthony. We go the other way. Anthony stops the dribble of Aikidoa. There's James looking to drive. Briscoe said, not this way. 33 seconds. And an extra step there. Traveling violation called. So with the shot clock off, St. Francis Prep can hold for the final shot of this 3rd quarter with a 16-point advantage. So Anthony waiting for the green light. And now he gets it from Lynch. 10 seconds, 8. Briscoe off the screen by Anthony. Front rim no good. Battle for the loose ball. Daughtry couldn't handle it. And that ends the 3rd quarter. So St. Francis Prep in control of this one. They've got a 47-31 lead. You're watching the CHSAA Class AA quarterfinal matchup presented by Maspeth Federal Savings on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring leaks. Know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
Welcome back to the MAC Sports Complex on the campus of Hofstra University. Dylan Butler here with you on the Varsity Media Sports Network. You want to hit the subscribe button on the bottom. There it is. You can see there. We're pointing to it to get all the updates on our future programming for the Varsity Media Sports Network. We're going to be the home of the Catholic Class AA intersectional playoffs from here on out. We had 2 great championship games up at Monroe College, the Monroe Athletic Complex, where Cathedral Prep was crowned Class B champions, and Fordham Prep went back-to-back to win the Class A. And now it's the Double A. Who will win this year? St. Francis Prep among the favorites with Archbishop Stepanak and Cardinal Hayes. Ball fired inside. Good finish there by Pasquarelli. He has 15 co-leading scorers with Chance Morrish. Walina. Aikidoa back out to James. James guarded by Michelle and count it. Good finish there by James as Michelle picks up his fourth. Briscoe back in for Tyler Michelle as James looks to complete the three-point play. Gets the make. He's 4 of 5 from the line. Timeout called. It'll be a 30, so we'll keep it right here. When we look at the leading scorers in the Catholic League, a couple of Terriers up in that mix. We'll show it to you now. First of all, Ian Jackson. We've seen him all year long, right? Leading the way. 19.5 points per game. And there you see Latique Briscoe, number 6 on that list, averaging 17.1 points, a high of 30 this year for Briscoe. And again, St. Francis Prep with Briscoe and Daughtry. First team All-League selections. Pasquarelli, a second team All-League, and head coach Jimmy Lynch was named Coach of the Year in Class AA. Off the timeout, here is Anthony, harassed out by midcourt. Hands it off. Jumper off the mark. Look at crashing the boards was Briscoe. But the Stanners come away with it. James switches to his left. Knocked out from behind, but right into Walina. That was good defense by Morrish. Inside, though, a nice finish by Decady. Decady's first points of this game. Daughtry. Bounce pass inside. Rims around, no good. And a foul was called on Morrish as Guevara ripped down the rebound. It's his second and the team's 6th. 6:20 left, fourth quarter, 49-36 the lead for St. Francis Prep, looking to book their spot, the first spot into Wednesday's quarterfinals. Should they do so, barring a huge comeback by the Stanners, as there's a foul down low, they would take on the winner of the next game between Christ the King and Cardinal Hayes. Guevara called for the foul, which sends Briscoe to the line. Briscoe, strong as an ox, an athletic freak, gets up on the rim. We haven't seen it here tonight, but does dunk a lot. Second free throw is good, so he's now in double figures as well with 10. 51-36, the lead for St. Francis Prep. Looking to improve to 22-3. Again, Molloy to get to this game. They had to snap an 8-game losing streak. They did so with their best win, arguably, of the year against Iona Prep in the previous round. Here come the Terriers looking to run. Pulling up was Marsh off the mark. Loose ball goes to Molloy, and James looks to push. Spins. Nice layup by James. He's in double figures with 10 to lead Molloy. 3 way off the mark by Daughtry. And it will be Molloy ball. Macmillan back in for the Stanners. As is McCabe and Robinson. So again, a bit of a rotation look with multiple subs. As James, with Robinson kind of playing off ball now, James, also the hot hand from Molloy, has got the ball, guarded closely there by Pasquarelli. Switches to his left, the righty finished the lane. Good look by James. He's got 7 in this quarter alone. And that's one of the bright spots for the future. He's a junior. Pump inside and a finish by Morish. 17 now for Morish. The lead down to 13. This is the time, as a traveling violation is called, if Molloy wants to make a push at things. But that's a difficult turnover for the Stanners. Anthony hands off. Briscoe attacks the space, gets fouled by McCabe from behind, and Briscoe will go to the line to shoot 2 more free throws. Briscoe gets the first. .14 lead. And that's his first miss from the line. James gets the ball. He was 5 of 5 before that. James nearly lost it with Anthony applying the pressure. And now he does as Marish comes away. Switches to his left. Nice move by Marish to the lane. (19) for Chance Marish. 16 is the lead for St. Francis Prep. 3:40 left in this fourth quarter. It's been wire to wire for the Terriers against their traditional rival, one of their traditional rivals. Finish at the lane, count it, and the foul for McMillan. Daughtry called for the foul. And McMillan looking to make it 7 points. Front rim, no good. Daughtry pushes, rims around, no good. Briscoe attacks the glass, the up fake, put back attempt, also no good. Brewer with the rebound, and you think probably it's a little bit too close right now for Jimmy Lynch to kind of call off the dogs, right? Especially when you got more finishes like that by McCabe. So you've got to keep your starters in this game. Look, it's a 12-point game with 2:52 left. So quietly, Molloy is within shouting distance here late. Briscoe hands off to Daughtry. Brings Brewer back out to Anthony. 9 on the shot. Anthony's got to go. to the lane and gets the basket. The freshman now in double figures with 10. 14 points the lead for St. Francis Prep. Stanners, a plucky group, they will not go away. McMillan tucks it under and gets the layup. McMillan now with 8. And Molloy gets it right back. So if they get a finish here, they'll cut it to 10 and maybe even 9. With 2:03 left. So a little bit too close for comfort right now for the Terriers, the top seed out of Brooklyn Queens 1. Or the top seed out of Brooklyn Queens, I should say. McCabe, front rim, no good. And ahead of the field is Morrish. He is fouled, and count the finish. And you almost wonder, I mean, he was from behind, so you couldn't really tell, right, as McMillan got him. But you almost have to wonder, right, like off the broken wrist, if Morrish didn't want to think about that for a second. You could see the right wrist kind of all wrapped up after a similar hard foul, and actually a harder foul, as Marsh gets the free throw against Holy Cross. We'll take a quick timeout. 1:54 to go here, fourth quarter. St. Francis Prep a 61-46 lead. You're watching the CHSAA quarterfinal matchup presented by Maspeth Federal Savings on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring of leaks. Know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
Welcome back to the MAC Sports Complex. Dylan Butler here with you on the Varsity Media Sports Network. If you are a lacrosse fan, you don't want to miss our live Long Island lacrosse preview show. That's March 8th from 317 Main in Farmingdale. You could watch live in person, get some great food and drinks, or you could watch right here on the Varsity Media YouTube channel. It's going to be a lot of fun as we get set to kick off the lacrosse season on Long Island. Still some hoops to be played, though, and we'll have plenty of those games here as well. Walina, baseline jumper, off the mark. And Marsh comes away, and he was fouled by Robinson. That's only the 5th team foul, so Molloy will have to foul twice more to get the bonus free throws for St. Francis Prep. There's Morrish stepping back. He's a guy who's matured every year that he has played. A triple, and it certainly feels like a dagger triple by Briscoe. 14 for him. Briscoe picks it off, turns, still turns, attacks the rim, rejected there by McCabe. Anthony, the offensive rebound. And now a little four corners look for St. Francis Prep as we approach the final minute of this fourth quarter. Daughtry lost a dribble. It's picked up there by Morrish. On the shot, Anthony. He'll go right to the basket. Timeout called by Molloy. It's a 30, So we'll keep it right here, as Anthony now has 12 points. Reminder of the rest of our slate here today at Hofstra. Next up, Christ the King and Cardinal Hayes. That should be a fun one. Following that game, which will be at about 2:45, is an all-Archdiocese affair between Archbishop Stepanak and a sneaky, tough St. Raymond's squad. And then the nightcap tonight, we go back to Brooklyn, Queens, where it is Bishop Laughlin and Holy Cross. 20-point lead for St. Francis Prep, final 33 seconds of this one. Guevara lost a dribble, hands off. Foul line jumper is good by Decady. Michelle loses it there as he was triple teamed. Final 4 seconds. And a foul was called on the floor. It's a bonus, though, so the Stanners will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1. And it will be Guevara to do so. Knocks down the first. (66-49) the lead. Second free throw also good. And the Terriers will just let this clock wind down as the ball is in the hands of Jesse Killian, and that is the final score. 66-50, St. Francis Prep will book their ticket into the semifinals. Terriers now 22-3. They knock off Archbishop Molloy, who fall to 7-16. We'll get our varsity media player of the game in a moment, as Chance Marish led the way for the Terriers with 22 points. Once again, though, a balanced scoring effort as 5 guys in double-figure scoring for St. Francis Prep. We'll get Chance set up here at our broadcast location here at mid-court, and we are good to go. Our varsity media player of the game, Chance Marish, congratulations on the win and reaching the semifinals. It was today, as I guess it's been all year, right? A collective effort.
Yes.
4 different guys in double-figure scoring. You led the way with 22. Just talk about the win a little bit.
Well, in the beginning of the quarter, we was doing good, but we wasn't rebounding. So second half, we had to pick it up and show the results.
When we spoke before the second Battle of the Boulevard game, you played, but obviously still banged up from that injury in the first Holy Cross game. How great does it feel to be back out here? I know there were some concerns about whether or not you'd be able to complete this season.
It feels great to be back. That's all I gotta say. It feels great to be with my guys again. I love it.
You guys, as you said, there were a few things here to clean up, but you improved to 22-3. You're into the semifinals. You're one of the teams with Stepanak and with Cardinal Hayes that are considered a favorite. It's been a long time since St. Francis Prep has been considered kind of a powerhouse. I know you take things one game at a time, but now you're in the Final Four. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. We had to compete. That's all I gotta say. We had to compete.
You take on either Christ the King or Cardinal Hayes. I'd imagine you don't. One is a division rival. One was an unbelievable game back at your place. Do you care who you play?
I want to play both. So I want to play both. It don't matter.
There we go. Chance Marsh, thanks again for joining us. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
There is our varsity media player of the game, Chance Marsh, to lead the way for St. Francis Prep. So the Terriers advance to the semifinals. Again, they take on the winner of this next game between Christ the King and Cardinal Hayes. That game will tip off in about 22 minutes or so. I want to thank our entire crew for this one. Ron Pierre doing the camera work, Chris Sweeney, our director extraordinaire, executive producer Ben Turchin. I'm Dylan Butler again, thanking you for joining us here for this first of 4 CHSAA Class AA intersectional quarterfinals presented by Maspeth Federal Savings.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.